post, especially nowadays because, as you said, Sean, na-aresto ka because of a meme, di ba?
Oo.
So,
Medyo malalayo na.
Pero I wonder what the background of Mike is, you know. Baka we're making a mountain out of a molehill. He has to be careful, of course, pero, di ba?
Pero mountain na siya kasi na-aresto na siya eh. I mean,
Nga, pero okay.
oo nga. I mean, I hope you guys have better news.
Yeah. Oh, we have...
We talked about the economy in the second half. So
Yeah, so depressing.
medyo hindi siya happy, guys.
Pero sige, quickly lang din, before we take over and take over na, dahil may mga balita din kami about LeBron's prank lang pala. Gusto ko muna, abangan niya, Sean, Ses, pinakita sa akin ni Pawi kanina.
Oh,
Abangan natin
I think
yung
it already aired.
meron na.
Kanina.
Tommy
Your
Chanko.
interview with Tommy.
Nakita ko paano yung sayaw, yun
Yung
lang.
sayaw
basta.
ni Seth.
Paano yung...
Sample.
Wala, kumembot-kebot lang ako. Sabi ko
Viral
kasi
yun,
ganito, sabi ko kailangan na yung kagalang-galang pa rin.
Sa TikTok dance.
Oo, sa TikTok dance. Sabi naman ng, what's the name of it?
Marlon.
Marlon.
The driver.
the
the aid.
Hindi kagalang-galang, paggiling-giling.
Kagiling-giling.
Kasi hindi ako marunong eh.
Ganda nga, Miss.
Yung sagot dyan, dapat panoorin ninyo. Panoorin
I
ninyo
saw
yung
a
long
little bit of the clip.
conversation.
Wala,
Very
pinilit lang
Kita
ako
mo?
dyan. Pinilit lang ako dyan.
Pwede niyo pong balikan yan. It's on the One News page on Facebook and also on the YouTube channel. Maraming salamat. Thank you. Great show. Big story on our show. Okay, we've got the aftermath of NBA superstar LeBron James' so-called second decision. Napuyat ako dito which turned out to be an ad. Plus updates from the PBA as the Titan Ultra Giant Risers finally make their debut.
And we've got UAAP basketball, including the Battle of Katipunan between the Ateneo Blue Eagles and the UP Fighting Maroons.
Battle of the Neighbors. Welcome back to You Check. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Calao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy League. Future moves puts it on. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuck in another one. Bakunas rejecting Estevo for the
Have you all recovered from that prank yet? Have you? I'm sure you've seen it with the past 2 days.
It's a prank.
Oh my goodness. We were all excited, even the ticket prices, even everybody, the whole world. That's right. NBA superstar LeBron James, in case you haven't heard about it, LeBron pulled off that ultimate pump fake. Yes, turns out his second decision, or what he called the decision of all decisions, quote unquote, is just an ad for a liquor company after all. The King got people speculating, the whole world, that he was going to announce his retirement or at least a farewell tour season when he teased about his quote unquote decision Monday. Prices for Lakers tickets even skyrocketed. The cheapest seats for the Lakers' final home game of the regular season went from less than $100 to at least $400 to $700 US a piece. Imagine that, less than 5,000 pesos to skyrocketing to about 20 to 30,000 pesos. Of course, it wouldn't be hard to believe if LBJ were to announce his retirement soon. After all, he is entering his 23rd NBA season and is turning 41 years old in December. LeBron did show last season that he can still dominate even at his age. The King averaged at least 24 points, almost 8 rebounds, and 8 assists in close to 35 minutes per game.
LeBron James knew he was going to fool us all. When the ad came out, he simply tweeted these emojis. LBJ's teammates were asked about the prank during practice today. Lakers guard Austin Reeves was all smiles, telling reporters he got a couple of calls asking him for the inside scoop. Rui Hachimura wasn't too surprised by the trick, saying that his superstar teammate loves to do that type of stuff. Lakers head coach JJ Redick also told the media that they knew this was all a ruse. He said, we knew it was an ad. We all knew it was an ad, right? I think most people that texted me are also aware that it was probably an ad. Nobody was freaking out.
Way to be sarcastic, JJ. Well, all jokes aside, LeBron James will miss the Lakers' preseason games because of a glute injury. Lakers head coach JJ Redick also spoke about the Kings' health. Redick says James is dealing with nerve irritation in the glute, but there is no major concern surrounding that injury as a 40-year-old superstar has already started doing his workouts in preparation for the NBA's opening night. The Lakers have already been playing without Luka Doncic this preseason as well. Redick explains they're being cautious with the Slovenian star's situation. Doncic is coming off a tough campaign in the Eurobasket this offseason, so the Lakers have to manage his on-court activities, including training camp. The Lakers have 4 more preseason games before they tip off the regular season when they take on the Golden State Warriors on October 23, Manila time.
Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit longer of a ramp up leading into opening night for him. Just obviously in year 23, uncharted territory here. So I felt, and in talking with performance and in talking with Mike and LeBron, like he probably did too much last year in camp, which was great for me as a first-year head coach to get buy-in from him. But it'll be a slower process with him leading into the first game. You know, he's obviously got 22 years so far of wear and tear on the body, and he's dealing with a little bit of nerve irritation in the glute. So just we're playing the long game with LeBron. I mean, Luka was pretty good. Luka was pretty good. No, I think a lot of times in camp, right, you're doing a lot more drills and you're doing games with constraints. We did 2 5-minute scrimmages at the end. So call it, 45% of the time was drills, 55% of the time was live, but a lot of the live play was with constraints. So.
Moving on to the PBA, the Titan Ultra Giant Risers with a successful debut thanks to an explosive night from Calvin Abueva. Titan beat the Meralco Bolts 100-96 for their first win, not just in the Philippine Cup, but also in team history. The Giant Risers went scoreless in the first 5 minutes, but they bounced back quickly and trailed by just 2 at the end of the opening period. By halftime, the game was tied at 47. And in the second half, the Giant Risers led by as many as 19 points. Titan did have to fend off Meralco's last gasp rally to seal the win. Abueva went off for a career-high 41 points with 0 assists. Here's the Beast sharing his thoughts after his performance.
Ako, unexpected rin. Nandito ako ngayon eh. And tagal ko rin hindi napunta dito. Diba? And yun nga, bagong team, yung expectation ng tao sa amin, fans, yung mga teams. Siyempre, yung nga, sabi ni Coach na alam namin mandaming champion team dyan sa PBA. And bago lang itong Titan. First win. Ngayon, and lahat kami, excited eh. Excited kami maglaro ng first game. And yun nga, nabigay nga namin itong laro na to at nabibuhos namin yung depensa namin. Yung depensa namin, binigay lang yan nung nakaka-stop kami. And yun nga, ang ganda ng run namin. Lahat kami tumatakbo and pinush talaga namin ito eh. Kasi ako, lalo na ako, mga bata yung kasama ko, kailangan ko i-push yung sarili ko at least para makasabay. Eh, yung sabay ko pala, mas na-effort ko pa pala yung energy ko against sa kanila. Kaya siguro yung 41 points na yun, hindi dahil sa kanila, hindi ko makukuha yan.
Meantime, the San Miguel Beermen begin their title defense against the NLEX Road Warriors. Both teams took a while to heat up. Shots weren't falling till the final 4 minutes of the first quarter. Marshall Lassiter hit 3 straight from long distance, doing what he does best to give San Miguel a 25-22 lead to end the opening frame. Second quarter, currently ongoing. NLEX main man and mythical first team member Robert Wally missed today's game to mourn the passing of his father. Coming up, we got UAAP men's and women's hoops. A breakdown of the results next here on Play by Play. Stay tuned, only to One News. Welcome back to Play-by-Play only here on One News. No more undefeated teams in UAAP men's basketball this season. I repeat, no more undefeated teams in UAAP Season 88 as the UP Fighting Maroons just dealt their neighbors in Katipunan, the Ateneo Blue Eagles, their first defeat. Final score of round one of the Battle of the Neighbors, 83-69 in favor of the defending champions. What a statement win. After a tight first half, UP came out of the break with a fiery start. And by the end of the third quarter, they were already ahead by double digits. The Maroons did not let up in the payoff period to take the victory. Francis Noruca led everybody in scoring with 28 big points to go along with 9 rebounds, 4 steals, and a block. Ray Mugat also put together a good game with 20 markers, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals. That's 3 wins now in a row for the UP Fighting Maroons against 2 losses. The Blue Eagles are at 4-1.
Just same intensity since from the jump ball, to the end of the game. Same mindset, keep hustling, keep pounding, play good defense, and execute the offense. Just play disciplined basketball. That's the whole mindset from coming into this game today. First off, it's my first time playing in the Mall of Asia, so I was excited to play on this court because I've been looking forward to it. And then we was playing Ateneo. You know, they've played 4 games and hasn't lost any. So, you know, coming into this game, it was a whole different mindset because I know it was going to be a tough matchup, especially with the new import they have, who is my friend. But yeah, so I was just coming into this game with the mindset of, you know, playing tough, playing hard, you know, from the jump ball to the end, you know, just trusting the process, like, you know, I've always said, and trusting my teammates and my coach's decisions too.
It's the Battle of Katipunan as well on the women's side, and the Ateneo Blue Eagles are also looking to keep their perfect record intact against the UP Fighting Maroons. Ateneo started off strong behind reigning MVP KC De La Rosa, but UP leaned on its pesky defense to stay close. At the end of the first, it's the Blue Eagles ahead 20-14. The second quarter is still ongoing. The Blue Eagles look to go 4-0 in Season 88, while the Fighting Maroons hope to improve to a 3-1 record.
Well, as for the NU Bulldogs, they had to dig deep to steal a win from the Adamson Soaring Falcons. The game went back and forth in the first 30 minutes, but then NU found itself trailing by as many as 11 points in the payoff period. That's when the Bulldogs turned on the Jets and bet their way back. With the Bulldogs down by just 2 with a minute left in the game, King Bulldog Jake Figueroa nailing a crucial and 1 to give the lead back to NU. A couple clutch defensive plays later, the Bulldogs were able to complete the comeback 56-54. Figueroa was the lone NU player who scored in double digits with 17 points. He also had 3 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. The Bulldogs are back on the win column. They now have a 4-1 win-loss slate. Meanwhile, Soaring Falcons suffer their 4th defeat in 5 games.
Una-una, magpapasalamat ako sa Panginoon and sa inyong community sa walang sawang pagsuporta. And siguro yung ginawa lang namin, gusto namin makapag-bounce back hard. No? Gusto namin makabawi sa, yun nga, sa last game namin. Gusto namin na ipakita na hindi lang yun yung kaya namin. Siguro, nasa isip ko, yun nga, kailangan ko nang gumalaw, kumbaga, kailangan namin makakonvert. So, ayun, luckily, nakaka-convert naman kami ng maayos pag sa akin yung bola, crucial moments.
Hindi na ako yun. Years na yan. So, yun lang. Credit sa mga players, especially itong dalawa. Siyempre, actually, hindi lang sila. Grabe yung depensa namin, grabe yung hindi kami makahulog eh. So, pero at least yung confident nandun to take the shot, to take the risk. Hats off sa kanila. Talagang binigay nila kahit anong mangyari. Players na yan. Hindi na ako yun. Players na yung nagpanalo na yun. Sold their heart, sold their effort.
Meanwhile, it's back-to-back wins for the defending women's champions, the NU Lady Bulldogs. They beat the Adamson Lady Falcons 69-51. NU with a strong first half here. The Lady Bulldogs already had a 20-point lead at the break. Adamson tried to rally back in the second half, but to no avail. Gilas women's standouts Carl Pingol and Christine Cayabyab led the way for NU with a combined 30-point output. Pingol had a complete game with a team-high 17 markers, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks. Adamson also shot poorly, hitting just 25% of their attempts. The Lady Bulldogs improved to a 3-1 win-loss slate, while the Lady Falcons dropped to 1-3. Coming up, Alex Ayala hits another milestone in her young tennis career. The Filipina tennis star reaches a new career-high ranking and moves even closer to the world's top 50. The details and more when Play-by-Play returns here on One News. Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. It wasn't the dream start that Bella Belen had hoped for, but the #1 pick in this year's PVL draft still showed why she's the future of Philippine volleyball. Belen made a strong first impression in her PVL debut for the Capital One Solar Spikers, but they ultimately fell short against the Choco Mucho Flying Titans in straight sets. The 3-time UAAP MVP delivered a triple-double performance with 20 points, 18 excellent digs, and 12 excellent receptions. Despite the loss, Belen remained positive after the match, saying she's grateful to have finally made her long-awaited PVL debut. She also promised to come back stronger in the next games.
Siyempre, I'm very happy kasi yun nga po, nakapag-ano na po ko. But sadly, hindi po kami nanalo. Sayang kasi parang feeling ko kaya naman sana namin ma-push pa yung game. Pero kinapos kami. So feeling ko mas kaya ko pa siyang itaas. Mas may kaya pa akong gawin. So, pero okay na rin siguro since first game. So, may jitters, ganyan. So, I think mas kaya ko pa siyang gandahan pa sa susunod na games. Siguro kailangan yung patience ko sa paglalaro nandun. Kasi ibang level na to eh. Hindi na katulad ng UAAP. Ngayon, ibang level na talaga. Parang lahat gusto manalo, ganyan. kahit yung mga kalaban ganyan. So, ayun, kailangan may patience lang talaga sa sarili and sa team.
Capital One will get another chance against Chocomucho this PVL Reinforced Conference. That's because the league has decided to replay yesterday's games after all imports finally received clearance to play. Yesterday, all 4 teams that saw action were forced to field all Filipino lineups due to delays in the international transfer certificates or ITCs of their foreign reinforcements. The Philippine National Volleyball Federation completed the endorsements at around 6:30 a.m. today. Besides the Solar Spikers and the Flying Titans, the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells and Akari Chargers will also get a do-over. Zeus had beaten Akari in 5 grueling sets in what had been their opening match. New schedules for the games that will be replayed will be announced in the coming days. In a statement, the PVL said, quote, "The upcoming replays will allow all teams to compete with their complete rosters, including their respective imports, ensuring the full excitement and high-level competition our fans expect."
We've got a little bit of everything for you. Tonight's highlight reel, lahat kasali dahil kakasimula na ng PVL Reinforced Conference. Let's start there. Let's go to this match. Capital One Chocomucho Molde with a serve first ball ni Belen. Back to Bella Belen. What a debut for the #1 pick, Bella Belen, a former NU star, now with Capital One as their franchise player from defense, offense. She did it all. Buhat kung buhat. Sabi nga ng mga netizens Bella Buhatera Belen. What a game for Bella. Capital One's newest superstar finished the match with a triple-double. Get this, 20 points, 18 excellent digs, as you saw there, 12 excellent receptions. Kasama na yun. But Solar Spikers, unfortunately, ended up losing in straight sets against Chocomucho. This match, however, will get a do-over, as Cheska mentioned, because of imports are finally now cleared to play. It is the Reinforced Conference after all. From the PBL, let's go to the PBA. Meralco against Titan, the new team on the block. That one-hander, no-go, the kick out, back to Newsome. Reset. The screen by Almazan. Newsome eluding Munzon. Gets a double. Nice look to Almazan and rock and roll somehow, some way with the eyes at the back of his head. Hindi ko alam paano niya nagawa yun. Ganda ng pektus, off the backboard, and Raymond Almazan, difficult shot there, gets it in against Jeric Balanza too. Almazan had 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, 3 blocks in this game. But unfortunately, tapos yun against Titan. Okay, let's go to Titan. Aaron Black has the leather for Meralco. He drives, he attacks, uses the right, no-go, scoop shot, makuha ng ni Fran Yu. And here's Kate Flores, a former Arellano chief, all the way driving strong. Now with a new hairdo, with a ponytail there. Take a look at this, Fran Yu. Look at the NCAA boys connecting there. Letran to Arellano connection, Fran Yu. Kate Flores all the way. Flores, by the way, finishing with 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. Titan Ultra Giant Risers win in their debut in the PBA, beating the Meralco Bolts 100-96. Meralco tried to rally, but they fell short. Okay, from the PBA, let's go to UAP basketball. Ladies first, NU versus Adamson here. Take a look at Cheska Apag. Villanueva hounding her, but too skilled. Bucket getter, using the glass, banking it, beating the buzzer, 4-3, bang, bang, bang for Cheska Apag. Take a look to end the third. Woo, difficult. High looper of a 3 using the glass. You want to see that. Once again, it's so nice. You got to watch it not just twice, but thrice here. Cheska Apag, take a look. Villanueva, good defense too. Better from Apag, who finished with 10 points, 2 steals, but the Lady Falcons eventually lose this one to the Lady Bulldogs 69-51. NU Adamson, men's side this time. Montebon attacks, wild shot, no go. The tap, and it goes to the other side, off to the races. NU Figueroa Posting. With a little bit of that left hand gets a foul. And the basket to go down. Less than a minute to play. That is what Jake Figueroa, and look at this. Yes, the bromance between Figueroa and Steve Nash Enriquez. Look at Figueroa against Anabo. Kayang-kaya. Oh, may ward off eh. But still, Figueroa, too versatile, too big, too tough. And some romance between Steve Nash and Figueroa. As the Bulldogs, few defensive plays later, NU would secure the win, seal that 56-54 comeback win, erasing the 11-point fourth quarter deficit against Adamson. Figueroa, the King Bulldog, was a lone player in double figures with 17 points. He also had 3 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Talk about an all-around game for Jake Figueroa. Okay, and that's the last play for tonight. Let's go back to Jessica.
May balak pa mag-add ng isa pang play. And before we go, Filipina tennis star Alex Ayala is now just a few steps away from breaking into the world's top 50. Ayala just reached a new career high ranking of world number 54. This comes after deep runs in 2 WTA 125 tournaments in China. Ayala made the semifinals of the Jingshan Open and the quarterfinals of the Suzhou Open. Last month, Ayala won her breakthrough WTA title in Guadalajara. After a busy stretch that saw her play 3 tournaments in 2 weeks, Ayala will next see action in the Japan Open starting October 13.
Congratulations to Alex and welcome back to you, Check.
Busy schedule for Alex.
Oh, very busy
Gusto
schedule.
ko mag-highlights. Sige.
Oo. Dapat nga. Actually,
10 highlights? 15 buong show highlights. Gusto
pwedeng 5 sa akin, 5 sa'yo. Pwede
Okay
yun.
na, uwi na
Sub. That's all from us tonight. Catch us again tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News. That's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Filipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Lituncalao. Thank you for watching. Good night.